So about 8 hours ago, Sam Altman and OpenAI just released ChatGPT-4 Omni or GPT-4o. And I've had a chance to mess around with this thing a little bit, and I've had a chance to discover the capabilities of it and do some research on the capabilities of it. And we are all still learning what this thing is capable of. Nobody knows completely. But there are a lot of opinions being made on this model. Some are very good, some are very reasonably bad. But I want to cover some things, and I want to cover the bigger picture that I don't think many people are noticing or many people are talking about. So I think the first one is pretty obvious, but the second one might not be so obvious. So the first one being the fact that this is no longer a mixture of experts, where we have GPT-4, which was a mixture of experts, where if you came to it with a specific problem, it would semantically call on a neural network to help you solve the problem. And it had a mixture of different neural networks to help do different tasks. Maybe one was a large language model type of task where it used context and language and text to help you solve a text problem. One was like a coding model, or one was like a image model, or one was a visual model. The point is, we had a mixture of experts. Now we have one neural network that does all of the tasks, making it a very general model. And what you could hypothesize, or this is kind of a theory that I have, maybe there's some research on this out there somewhere. I personally haven't read it. And if there isn't any, I'm willing to bet that this comes out in some research, is the fact that whenever you have a general model, since these neural networks simulate a brain so closely, whenever you have a general model where you can have visual information or visual data, and then also have contextual data, you can relate the two together. Almost intuitively, the model will have the ability to have better reasoning capabilities by relating visual data with contextual data, giving it more reasoning and a better perception and a better model of the world, have a better perception of physics. So one could argue that that is an emergent capability that this model has brought. But again, in the bigger picture, I think there is something that everybody is missing out on completely, which is the abilities that the desktop application gives. And it's not that it gives the abilities today, it's the path that it builds for OpenAI to build the future generation of models. Because what this application does is it gives the AI the ability to visualize your screen. And then you can communicate it with a human voice. And now what you could imagine is the screen visualization and the voice activation or the voice recognition that you were using to control this model, and it's now visualizing your screen. And then you can complete different actions on your screen while it's envisioning your screen. What can we relate this to? What other artificial intelligence company has something similar to this? Well, I think the answer is pretty obvious: Tesla. Tesla has a bunch of sensors, a bunch of cameras on all of their different cars, and people are driving everywhere. And then they use that data to train these models to make self-driving cars with robotic process automations. It's a robot on wheels, right? And a large language models, or maybe not even a large language model, a large object model, because these aren't large language models anymore, is controlling the robots. So what we could easily, or what we could reasonably assume, is that OpenAI is doing a similar model where they are using this computer app or this desktop app that visualizes your screen. They use this to gather data on the things that you were clicking, to gather data on how to actually control the interface, on how to actually control different apps, on how to actually use your computer. And then very soon after they have enough data, you'll be able to simply prompt it with your voice to do the things for you. Similar to how you go inside of a Tesla with FSD 12.3.6 and you say, hey, take me here. Put in the address and it takes you there, right? The same exact thing you will be able to do on your computer. You say, hey, ChatGPT, open up Twitter and make a tweet about this. Or go do some research on this using this. Or complete these different tasks, and you give it a list of 150 different tasks, and complete all of these tasks. Don't come back to me until you're done. Right? Depending on how large the context window is, this is something that is definitely possible. And as long as they are gathering their training data from your desktop visualization that they're now giving you, that they're now using, you're going to have. We're going to see this company. This is my opinion. This is a bet that I'm willing to place. We are going to see this company coming out with robotic process automations very soon, where the artificial intelligence is powering it, um, giving the ability to automate everything on your computer, right? And that'll happen very soon. And then next thing you know, they'll be powering the figure bot, or maybe Tesla will be winning that race. We'll see. But if this is something that you think is a potential possibility, I invite you to subscribe, because I talk about potential possibilities of the emerging technologies that are coming in the fourth industrial revolution on a weekly basis, so that people can stay on top of the changes and navigate this industrial revolution much better. And so that you can, maybe if you're an entrepreneur, you can launch a startup and you'll be more prosperous than other people because you're now on top of things. So that's pretty much all this YouTube channel is about. If you're interested in that, follow me on Twitter. Leave a comment below, subscribe, and I also have a paid community. It's just $5 per month right now, and this is the cheapest it will ever be. If you want a free community, you can join my Twitter community. If you want to join the paid community, we share a lot of valuable stuff in there. We share stuff in there before it comes here. I'll just say that much. And I will see you guys in the next video.